I thought my marriage was perfect, until one drive changed everything. She was the kind of woman who made every room brighter just by walking into it, and I often wondered how I had been lucky enough to call her my wife. Her smile carried a warmth that could soften even the hardest of days, and her laughter had a way of making the world feel lighter. When I looked at her, I saw not just beauty, but a calm strength that steadied me in ways I could never fully explain. To me, she was flawless, not because she was perfect in every detail, but because she was perfect for me. Our marriage felt like something out of a story people told with envy. Friends would often comment on how we seemed inseparable, how we carried ourselves with a quiet harmony that others longed for. I never tired of hearing those remarks, not because I wanted to boast, but because they reminded me of how rare and precious our bond was. We had built a life together that felt untouchable, as though no storm could shake the foundation we had laid. She had a kindness that went beyond simple gestures. It was in the way she listened when I spoke, never rushing me, never dismissing my thoughts. It was in the way she remembered the smallest details about people, making them feel seen and valued. That kindness wasn't just for me, it was for everyone she met, and it made me proud to stand beside her. I often thought that if the world had more people like her, it would be a gentler place. Grace seemed to follow her naturally, not just in the way she moved, but in the way she carried herself through life. She had a patience that I lacked, a calmness that balanced my restless energy. When I stumbled, she steadied me. When I doubted myself, she reminded me of my worth. She was not only my partner, but also my anchor, the one who kept me grounded when everything else felt uncertain. Our home reflected the love we shared. It wasn't grand or extravagant, but it was filled with warmth, laughter, and a sense of safety. Every corner carried a memory. Meals cooked together, late-night conversations, quiet mornings with coffee in hand. These small, ordinary moments became extraordinary because they were ours. I often thought that if happiness could be bottled, it would look like the life we had built together. I adored the way she made even the simplest routines feel meaningful. A drive to the grocery store became a chance to share stories and jokes. Folding laundry together turned into playful banter. She had a way of turning the mundane into something memorable. And it made me realize that joy wasn't found in grand gestures, but in the everyday moments we shared. People often asked us what our secret was, how we managed to keep our marriage so strong. I never had a complicated answer. It was simply that I loved her deeply, and she loved me in return. We respected each other, trusted each other, and never stopped choosing each other day after day. That was the heart of it, and it felt so simple, yet so rare. There were times I would catch myself just watching her, marveling at the life we had created. She could be reading a book, cooking dinner, or simply sitting quietly, and I would feel overwhelmed with gratitude. It was as if I had stumbled into a dream I never wanted to wake from. She wasn't just my wife, she was my safe place, my constant, my everything. I often thought about how others might see us, and I knew they saw a couple who had it all. But what they couldn't see was the depth of my admiration for her, the way she shaped my world without even trying. She wasn't just part of my life. She was the center of it, the reason everything else made sense. With her, I felt complete in a way I never had before.